as an architect, for me, the manifesto is really, if you think about what architecture is, it's creating new materials or working with materials and figuring out how the human body perceives those materials to create boundaries. And those boundaries become architecture. And so when you realize that, really for the first time in history within our generation, you think that traditionally speaking, architecture has always been about working with materiality and then learning more about the human body. And when the more you learned about the body, the more you had a better understanding of how those materials could create space. But today, not only if you think about energy as an actual physical material, not just something that fills the insides of buildings or is thought to be something that just becomes efficient or sustainable, but actually can become a building material like the way we think concrete, steel, glass, things that revolutionize not just buildings, but typologies and how people live and how people interact with each other. So my interest is to think, how can energy become a building material, something that's electromagnetic, thermal, acoustic, chemical. These things can become new building blocks. The future for me is exciting. It's open to potentials. And I think this is a great time to be an architect or a designer. I think there's just so much out there. If you think people generally get romantic and think about what point in time they want to have lived in, or what part of time would be amazing to have seen in terms of the Renaissance or this period or that period of time, I think now is basically an incredible time to be doing this. And a range of people just in the other rooms thinking about what the future may hold. And I think through the exhibition we're seeing that on multiple levels. It's not a singular voice as to what that possibility can be. Through the floors you start to see multiple levels of approaches. And I think it just does go to show, starting from the first floor, this idea of 13 past manifestos, and realizing, my understanding when I look around the Biennale today, it's the realization that all these are plausible, what they will be. It's kind of like the little kernel of potential that is going to start rolling and becoming more and more intense. And it's great to be a part of it.